poster that was released by Lucasfilm. What it looks to me like we're now getting into the sequel era. And Star Wars Theory had a great video out talking about what may happen. And he's got some stuff I don't agree with, talking about the sequels like they're real. Talked about until Palpatine returned, it's like, this is not going to happen that way. Okay. Hey, Dave. Yo. So, the thumbnail is the poster, Guardians of the New Republic. And what Theory came up with, and I don't know, last week's video about, hey, Ghost Rider, Bad Batch, or last week's offering of Bad Batch was Mount Tantus. Hey, Rave Girl, Mount Tantus from Heir to the Empire. All right, so what's going on here? You look at this poster, and it's a 3-character poster. You got Din Djarin, and, well, actually 4 with Grogu. You've got Ahsoka Tano, and you got Luke. So, it's going to be very interesting going forward, where we see this happen and what they're going to do. But I think everything that John and Dave want to do is on the table. They're going to do it, and they're going to try to fix what's broken. Our mission is to, first off, ignore the black pills. Try to maybe get people that want to believe that everything bad in the world is happening with Star Wars to sit down and watch it. Now, this is the thing about what's going on with Disney. Disney and Lucasfilm are a separate entity. Okay, so there are going to be layoffs at Lucasfilm. And oh boy, did I hear of a doozy today, and I'm not going to talk about it. But they're going to come after Indiana Jones 5 and after the press junket. Okay, they're, I can say this with all confidence. Kennedy is done after Indiana Jones 5. She's not going to stay till the end of the year. There are channels out there who get their information from Pablo Hidalgo. The guy's a liar. The guy, he doesn't really even know what's going on. And it's just going to be very interesting how, when we get to Celebration, I want one of those press packs. I do. I want to look at it. We get to Celebration to see what exactly they have in store, because we got this poster. Don't look like a press pass, but it's Star Wars Celebration. I don't think having a poster with, Kathleen Kennedy is not. That would be stupid. Okay, so no. So we'll have to see, but that will be a great indication of how long we can wait. Now, my opinion is still this way. If you see the writing on the wall, get the fuck out now. Okay? Right now. Because, and the people in the story group and other places at Lucasfilm were told, you'll never work in this town again. And they won't. Because it caused so much trouble. They contributed to the downfall of the greatest IP in the history of film. They did, right? They did. They, they mocked the fans. They attacked the fans. They pulled shit that it still blows my mind. I heard something today that just absolutely makes my skin crawl. And it's just, I can't imagine Sony or Universal or David Zaslav wanting any of these people in the story group working for them. Maybe Ryan Johnson and Leslie Forehead can get together and start their own movie company and hire all these jerks. It's really, really, really interesting to me seeing how it's going to play out. And it's going to be, let's see, it's March the 6th. Okay. By August, this should already be happening. All of the stuff that we've been talking about should be happening, but I don't like putting timelines on anything. The reason why is because we get screwed out of it. And this was, look, this would eventually happen. We are in a new era. All right. We've got the Treasury's, or I guess the Treasury Secretary, or maybe the head of the Fed, basically saying that they want to raise interest rates. No one's going to be able to afford a house. Inflation's going to go back up. That's just the way the world is. And I mean, look, Bed and friggin' Beyond is bankrupt. Okay. So I'm like, all right, the world is different. And I don't think the mealy mouth little social justice warriors at Lucasfilm, and I hope that they're watching. Thank you, Dave. And the fandom menace all understand. You got to be flexible. You at Lucasfilm, get a new job. Get jobs. Get out of there. Get out of there before, those of you with HR issues get in real trouble. Okay. And if you know what an HR issue is, I mean that. It's true. Okay. It's really, really true. And the other ones, get a new job. All right, Phil Stozak, get a new job. Pablo, I know you know the writing's on the wall. It's over. Get a new job. Go. Reason why I say that, walk out with your head held high, with dignity. It doesn't make any sense to stay in a place that doesn't want you, where a new boss is going to walk in and bring his own people in, or bring others with valuable talent. This is about making the best Star Wars possible, not planting your flag of bullshit on it. Okay. So, go. All right. Like the Acolyte. That's dead. I mean, I don't give a flying fuck what anyone says. I know it's dead. Okay. She could add me as an executive producer. It's still dead. Okay. She could have my dog as executive producer. And it wouldn't matter. Okay. It's dead. Yes, Carlos, you're right. So let it go. Leslie, you've got other things you can do. Please go do them. Oh yeah. I too am. I think I'd like to develop a Han Solo trilogy. Dear Bob Iger, I'm developing this. I want money. That's how she did it. And she's apparently holding Disney hostage with this. Now, I'll tell you how this works. Disney pays for production. And this is where they've got, AJ, this is where they've got Lucasfilm over the barrel. Now, I don't know about the publishing. I'll ask those questions later. But the publishing is different. And it's very, it's just, look, everything at Lucasfilm is a mess. It's chaos. And we just got to sit back and relax. Now, interesting stuff about Indy 5. They basically, I guess, reshot everything. So the budget went pew. Typical Kathy Kennedy bullshit, incompetent leadership, getting your nose stuck with the creators where it didn't belong, and no Steven Spielberg to say, what the fuck are you doing? All right. So we'll have to see, but I have hope. I think it's gonna be great. And we just gotta see. Okay, don't listen to the black pills and the naysayers. Okay, go to see it and judge it for yourself. All right. What else? Okay, so let's talk about Disney. So tomorrow, or no, Thursday, Bob Iger will be at the Merrill Lynch. And I've got my upload from this morning, the link to that actual where it's going to be online, so you can watch it, is on there. It's at 12:45. He's going to be talking to the Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference. I think it's Merrill Lynch. Okay, so and apparently people are expecting him to say, "I'm retiring," and "La la la is taking my job." This is probably not the place for Bob Iger to be bringing that up. Okay, so I'm not going to expect it. Okay, I don't expect him to say that. Rumors are either Josh Amaro or Adam Silver of the NBA commissioner will be taking over for him. I mean, there are other names too. Josh Amaro does the parks. I can hear the screaming, ranting, and raving of people right now. I don't care. Adam Silver, basketball commissioner, who looks just like Nosferatu, the whitest man I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe this guy looks like death warmed over. And I'm not trying to be mean, he just does. Bald as a billiard, huge ears. And, I think the NBA has grown under him. But as far as him being the person to do it, take over Disney, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure because he comes from sports. The only thing that I said this in the video, that makes sense is that no, he didn't say that at all. The only thing that makes sense for Adam Silver is his connections to China. They make the Nike shoes in sweatshops, child labor. They have a good rapport with the NBA. And that's why I think that he's been suggested. Now I'm going to tell you something. There is part of me, but that rumor about Christine McCarthy is from right after Chapek left, and I haven't heard. They haven't heard. I mean, she's probably still on the list, but very low down. Now, what was I talking about? Disney is in a very bad place with China. China and the US are at odds right now. And it's ugly. If you go on to any of the news Twitter sites and they're talking about it, Chairman Xi basically yelled at us. And, when we were told he did that, people on Twitter gave him the finger. But it's about their help with Ukraine, which they don't need to be part of. And it was about their issues over Taiwan. Look, Taiwan is the legitimate government of China, not the commies. Okay, fuck you, China. Okay, you've got them on Twitter demanding people stop saying they're torturing and committing genocide against the Uyghurs, that they didn't have, that they didn't treat people about that, the COVID did not come out of a lab, and they knew it came out of a lab. Look, this is Baghdad Bob going on and on and on while M1 tanks roll behind him. This is Joseph Goebbels from the bunker in Berlin saying that Americans are being driven out of Bavaria when, Pattons in the Royal Palace in Munich drinking Riesling. Okay, what? They are committing atrocities and war crimes and human rights abuses to a Muslim minority in Western China. They can sit there and excuse themselves into oblivion. It's not true. Okay. They're lying. They are doing that. We know they're doing that. Too many people coming out of there saying, yeah, they're allowing their soldiers to rape Uyghur women. They're harvesting organs from these people. They're sending the kids to indoctrination camps to get them away from Islam. It's like, leave them alone. So that's going on. The COVID thing. Sorry, not true. It did come from a lab. And there are Chinese people who live here who escaped, who are virologists, who said it was deployed on purpose. Okay, so there you go. And if things go to a head with the Chinese, Iger is going to wake up in the morning and find out his parks are gone, including Hong Kong. Oh, and may I bring this up? Remember the guy playing Chiru Imwe? Donnie Chen? Praised the way Hong Kong police attacked protesters. I don't want him anywhere near anything of mine. He's basically the Emil Jannings Emil Jannings was an actor in Germany during the 20s, 30s, and I don't know how long he lived, but for an example, in The Blue Angel, that was Marlene Dietrich's first movie, he played the professor who was besotted with her. Okay, so he was a German actor. He acted all the way through the Nazi period. And having Donnie Chen in your movie is like allowing an unrepentant Emil Jannings into your movie. Okay, no, you're not. No, I don't want a Chinese fascist who enjoys seeing innocent protesters being water cannoned and thrown in fucking camps, which, oh, by the way, they're being opened next to Disney, Hong Kong. I don't want these people around me, okay? I don't, this is celebrating to me human rights abuses. Okay, these are human rights abuses, and we've got to, call them out. We see it. So I think that this is not good for Disney. Okay, get the guy that does China. All right, fine. Will you have China in 2 years? Will there be an Earth in 2 years? And these are things you got to think about. What does the future look like? All right. I think Bob Chapek was right. Get the hell out of China. Do it while you can. No one cares about them. We can do this without them. Oh, they did? All right, I'll have to read it. I'm not, what did it say, C-Man? I'm not fond of the closeness that they have with the Chinese either. I don't think anybody really thought it through. They saw a big pile of yuan or whatever they call Chinese money, and it's not real. All right. Repeat after me. Nothing you see from China is real. When you see a movie like whatever, Do Well in China, if it's one of ours, Disney is lucky to get 25%. All right, so if the movie makes $8 million, what's 25% of that? That's what, 2 million? That's not anything. That's nothing. So really, the whole business arrangement, I think, for Hollywood movies is bullshit. Okay, it really is bullshit. Okay, so we got to remember that. All right, and again, the China. Look, I have a. It's not even a philosophy, but I don't look at the Chinese as being communists. They are fascists. They have people who own property. They have made a corporate sector. Okay, and this was after Hong Kong was repatriated to China in the stupidest movie I ever heard. And they, oh, he won't. All right. Oh, yeah, you're right. And Euler Greg is right. They're going to. I, I would like to think there are normal people on a board, but when I look at the Disney board, it's not about making the company money. It's about, I don't even know. It's about personal power and personal fiefdoms. It's bullshit. But Iger's got a big problem, and it's very, very, very. It's a unique problem in history, but it's not a unique problem for right now because Tesla's got that problem. There are other companies that got that problem, and they don't know what to do about it. They don't know what to how to handle it, and it's one of those things where you're like, you know, and like Elon, he's gonna lose his ass too, or they all are, because and I don't like this. Look, again, this happy-go-lucky attitude these people have towards the Chinese. Why? Don't trust them. It's like trusting Hitler. All right? It's like Neville Chamberlain walking out in 1938 with a scrap of paper, waving it in the air. Saying peace in our time. Bullshit. Meanwhile, Hitler's looking at Poland with a smile on his face. The next stage. Okay. And he took that raggy paper he signed, wiped his ass with it. And Z, he doesn't, look, I want to tell Bob Iger, Chairman Z doesn't like you. He doesn't care about you. He's a power monger and a jackass. And the idea that you're here demanding that we listen to him, that you allow the investors in Disney to be connected with this nut is wrong. All right. I am against it. I would have been, if I'd have been on the board when they started talking about Disney Shanghai, I'd have been, I'm out. I'm out. This is stupid. These people are, they're bad. They're wicked. Okay. They're wicked. All right. They are. They're wicked. And they need to be put in their place. Look, history always shows that people like the Chinese fall. The Soviet Union fell. The Nazis fell. And the Chinese government will. But it's going to be ugly as hell. And get your money out of there. All right. And why would you do that anyway? Why would you support a group of people who are just nasty? So, yeah. What do I think Iger's going to talk about? Probably streaming. He's obsessed. Probably other things that aren't going to be related to rumors of his leaving. I don't really think that the Merrill Lynch Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference is the place to say, I am leaving. That is an address to investors in April. This is not the place to do it. Okay. Now we know he's leaving in 2 years. And we will get an idea eventually who's going to replace him, but still. Okay. So my back is starting to hurt. My shoulders are. I also want to show you this. It doesn't look great right now. I gotta get more flexion here, but it's getting better. Hi, Kojak. And there's my little torture chamber. Koji Bear, he wants to go out, so I gotta go. You guys have a good afternoon. I had a very good conversation today with somebody, and every time I hear people say something about Kennedy not going anywhere, I just go, oh, are you gonna look stupid? So this is shorter than I wanted it to be, but back is starting to hurt. All right, guys. All right, Dave, Greg, everybody in the chat. Y'all be safe. Y'all behave. And get ready. I think we're going to know a lot soon about Kennedy from Celebration. Steph,